Buenas noches, Corillo. Buenas noches. Welcome back to another episode of the BPM podcast, your favorite podcast in the world. If you're not following me on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, it'll only take a second. Go ahead and do so. Post your questions, your comments, your concerns, your story, something. Interact with me, and I'll get back to you in a timely manner. You know what I'm saying? Because your boy has been busy. It's been a hell of a week, and um, I took like 4 naps yesterday. I was so tired for many reasons, but one of them is, you got to put in work to get stuff done. So I took like 4 naps in between doing like house chores and what have you. I'm like, I'm gonna take a 10-minute nap, and I will set a timer, take a nap, wake up, get some shit done. Like, ready for another nap. And then the last nap was like around 6 o'clock, and that was a long nap, and 30 minutes. Woke up, ate some dinner, and by 9 I was in bed. I'm like an old person already. I'm like, but again, if you're not following me on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, go ahead and do so. It'll help out the podcast a lot, and it'll be appreciated. I got a cool member to introduce to you guys. His name is, I don't know what's his name is, what his name is or its name. You never know, you know what I mean? Because we got Pancho. He's been kind of quiet lately because it's hot out here. And then we have this little fella. He's a aloha chicken, right? He's supposed to bob his head and what have you. It was gifted to me, so he's gonna be part of the cast now. He is officially. He needs a name. And it's gotta be a Hawaiian name because it says aloha, and he's got that little, skirt to be like skirt skirt. So I'm thinking to name him. What's a good Hawaiian word that I know? Moana. That's the only one. I know aloha, Moana, and ooh, we're gonna name him Howley. Howley, because Hawaiians refer to white people as howlers. Hey, that's a Howley right there. Howley and Poncho. The cast keeps growing up. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, hell of a week for me. This past week. As you guys know, I work in the industry, and the place I work holds a. I'm not trying to reveal too much. It holds a. I'm not trying to shout out the name because I don't know if they'll like that. I am part of that. They don't want to be associated with me outside of me clocking in. I'm assuming so. Um, they hold this tournament, this golf tournament, once a year, and it goes on for 4 days. And you know, it starts with breakfast, ends with dinner every single day, and snacks and this and that. So it was challenging because we are limited in manpower right now. We are pulling from other departments to help out, do this, do that. Um, but we got through it, no hiccups. Maybe just one. You know, I didn't get to play no golf. Come on, dude. I want to play some golf. I want to be out there swinging the links. You know what I'm saying? Swinging them irons into the links, and drinking beer. I won't be drinking beer. By the way, I'm drinking a Dragoon IPA. This is a local IPA beer from where I'm from, locally, Tucson, um, and it's one of my favorite local beers. It tastes different when it's in draft. It tastes okay in the can. It tastes better draft for sure. Like some beers have that that distinctive flavor when they're in draft because they're being pumped with some nitrogen, or no, not nitrogen, CO2. So um, I like it in the can. This is a bit hoppy and a bit bitter, but that's what I like. I like flavor. I like to know that I'm drinking something. Excuse me. One more sip for the road. Why am I putting it all the way over there? I'm just gonna put it right here. You know what I mean? Right next to me. So yeah. So in the middle of all this nonsense, I am approached by one of the higher ups, and I made the joke because he approached me about Cinco de Mayo menu. He approached me, was like, "Hey, so you know how with San Patty's we did this whole week thing? We had this, and that. Could you come up with something like that for Cinco de Mayo?" I'm like, "Why are you asking me, dude? Is it because I'm Mexican?" He goes, "Who else would I ask?" I don't know. Somebody that's not Mexican. I want to see what you guys do as a representation of Mexican food. And he's like, "But it's not authentic." I was like, "Well, neither what I'm gonna make is authentic. I'm not Mexican, dude. I identify as fucking, a chicken." And he's like, "Could you come up with something and stop fucking around?" I'm like, "Well, it's gonna cost you, homie. I need to pair with a couple tequilas and some fucking cervezas." He's like, "Whatever you need, whatever you want, just give me a list and I'll get it to you." I was like, "For real?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay." So I'm gonna draw a list of the tequilas I want to try. What should I try? I've never tried Don Julio, but again, uh, tequila makes me kind of fucking soft. I can drink tequila, I can party, but like if we're partying, we're partying, and I'm good. But if we're one on one and conversation gets deep enough, I might cry. Tequila makes me motherfucking cry. But no, I don't want to try tequilas. I do want to try some. I want to try to pair it with some wines. So I might do that. But I wrote the menu and I thought that before I emailed it to them, I'll give it to you guys. So you guys are getting a, you know, what's it called? A gender reveal? Is that I call a gender reveal? It's called a. I can't think of the fucking word. It's called an exclusive. You guys are getting exclusives. I wrote it down. I have it right here. I even wrote Cinco de Mayo menu for the appetizer. Where I'm thinking we should do a green chili corn tamale with a smoked cheddar sauce, pico de gallo, cotija cheese, and chili oil. That's the appetizer. I think it'll go. I know it's summer and what have you, and tamales are winter time, winter thing for most Hispanics, most Latinos. That's a winter food. I'm assuming for where I'm from, it's a winter food. It's not like, oh, we're gonna have tamales in the middle of the summer. But this, what was I gonna do? Nachos or quesadillas? Come on, you gotta keep up with me, okay? And then the structure of how it works is like during the entire week we're gonna offer this special, and on Cinco de Mayo we'll offer that same special plus another special. So the weekly special, I'm thinking about an 8 ounce airline chicken skin on. Keep up, okay? Keep up. Uh, with a creamy Spanish risotto, grilled asparagus, roasted red onions, and to just top the sauce off, because you always got to have a starch, a vegetable, and a sauce with your proteins. Remember that. That's how we break it down. And for the sauce, I'm doing a roasted poblano pesto sauce. I'm still deciding whether to do creamy pesto, but I already got the creaminess in the risotto, so I'm assuming just something sharp in the pesto or something cool to balance it all out. I don't know what I'm talking about, but this is what I came up with. So that's the all week special from Wednesday through Sunday. Uh, and then the Cinco de Drinko special will be a cochinita pibil duroc pork tenderloin. Cochinita pibil means the way it's cooked with the spices that it's cooked. Cochinita pibil is usually cooked underground. Obviously, we're not gonna do that, so we're gonna modify. I'm gonna modify it to make it work in a commercial kitchen. So we'll marinate the pork overnight, what have you. And this beer is actually kind of tasty. You know what I mean? This cochinita pibil might go well with an IPA. You know, because some Mexican beer is good. Actually, all Mexican beer is good except Tecate. Tecate Light, Tecate Red. I don't fuck with those. But any other Jalisco, Estrella, Indio, uh, Modelo, Pacifico, Dos Equis, all pretty good beer. Pretty legit. I'd rather drink that than regular light beer. Um, so like I was saying, this pork tenderloin, um, I'm thinking to do a smoked chipotle sweet potato puree as a starch. Get with the thing. Agave glazed baby carrots, tequila lime roasted pearl onions. I love me some onions. You can tell. I get triggered. I get onion happy real quick in my menus. Um, and to give it that right that cochinita pibil also always has habaneros, pickled habaneros with onions on top of it. If you're making a taco of like legit cochinita pibil, they give you the corn tortilla, the cochinita pibil, some onions, some cilantro, and on the top of that, they'll throw some, pickled white onion with habaneros. So it's got like some heat, but not too crazy, and it's just enough to be like, okay, it cuts right through the fat of the pig, because cochinita means piggy. It means piggy, right? Uh, that's what I'm thinking to doing for the special of the Cinco de Mayo. And then on Sundays, we offer something what's called comfort food. And we take comfort foods from different cultures and offer it for a very minimal price. Like very minimal. Like I think it's like less than $20. And it's a meal. It's a you go home, you're like, fuck, I should have not eaten that. I eaten that. It's a meal. So this I wanted to go classic, but yet not classic. It is a classic in Mexico City. I've had them before, and I'm from the northern part of Mexico, so that's not really our thing. But from the like southern part of Mexico, this is a thing, and it obviously it's a big hit. They're delicious, and I can have them. Delicious, and I can have them because they have cheese. And remember, your boy is lactose intolerant. So I'm doing enchiladas suizas. So for those of you who understand, it's Swiss enchiladas. We swapped the Mexican cheeses for a Swiss, like legit Swiss cheese. So we're gonna spice brace this chicken, tear it apart from its bones, shred it to pieces, roll it in some tortillas, drench those tortillas with tomatillo salsa, top it with some more shredded Swiss cheese, some crema, you know what I mean, just to make it stick a little bit, and then serve it with rajas con crema. For those who don't know what rajas con crema, it's poblano peppers. Think about rajas con cremas as a cream of spinach. You know when you go to a steakhouse and they have that option of cream of spinach? Usually cream of spinach has artichokes in it or onions or both. It's the same thing, but this one has roasted corn, roasted poblanos, onions, and it's cream based. So it's creamy and like I was gonna serve it with rice, but we already got too carried away, so I'm gonna keep it simple. And that's the menu, and I'm pretty positive that it's gonna get approved, because it's still gotta get approved. I don't just submit my menu and be like, oh, this is great. No, they gotta be like, well, actually, can we just like take the habaneros off? These people are not, I don't want to kill any people, anybody here. Habaneros are too spicy. Ketchup is too spicy sometimes. Even mustard is spicy. But you know what I mean. So that's the Cinco de Drinko menu. And I did it like in 30 minutes. Legit. I just was like, all right, how I break it down. What do I need protein wise? I need chicken and I need pork. Okay. What kind of chicken? What kind of pork? And then from there, I was like, what goes well with this, to that, to here? And it's like checking boxes, like, okay, so I got the protein. What am I going to do with the protein? All right, so the theme is Mexican. It's got to be Mexican sauces and Mexican starches. Because vegetables are non-binary, non-binary. No, there's got to be a word for non-ethnical. They go with wherever you put them. You know what I mean? It's up to you how to address them and dress them and undress them. Up to you. Vegetables are universal. They're the Joker of the cards. They go wherever. It's just up to you, your creativity level to play around. And that's how I break it down. But to get a little more, I'm excited for Cinco de Mayo this year. Maybe because I'm not excited at all. Fuck, Cinco de Mayo sucks. It's a Friday. I gotta work. There's some good fights on Saturday, Cinco de Mayo. You know what I mean? Well, 6 de Mayo. This video is brought to you by Dragoon IPA. Get it at your nearest Circle K if you're in Arizona. I'm assuming they're everywhere in Arizona. Yo, what is going on with this whole Bud Light thing? Like, I don't think I've ever been drunk on Bud Light. I wasn't a big drinker. I'm not a. Am I a big drinker now? I like drinking. I enjoy drinking, but I could go without it. Trying to go out without this. That's another fucking story. But this whole dilemma with Bud Light, everybody's like, you know what? I've had enough. This is too far. I'm going to buy some Bud Light and shoot it. Well, you already bought it. I don't give a fuck what you do with it. Drink it, throw it away. You already spent your money. You might not spend more money afterwards, but really? This whole outrage of don't get me wrong, I have my fair share thoughts about the agenda of the LGBTQ. But homegirl is on a Bud Light can. It's not on a and she's been a woman for 365 days. That ain't enough. But everybody's so mad. I think I know why, but I don't know if I'm right. Everybody's mad that a trans man, because it's not trans woman, right? Trans man is somebody that was a man and now it's a woman. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. That made some money for it himself or herself. See, this is where it gets complicated. You start fucking this and that. We're going to call her she. That she has made some money for herself. I don't think people are mad about that. I think people are mad that, like, in their own heads, they're thinking that Bud Light is pushing the LGBTQ into mainstream, or they're supporter of whatever goes on with that community. But I guarantee you, the most fucking people there, the most outraged people wouldn't support like a legit, naturally born woman to be on the can at all. They wouldn't support, or they don't even care about real women. Fuck those GMO women. Fuck those. Not like, if you like, if you like making love to them, that's all up to you. But what I'm saying, we forget about the real women out here. We're so outraged about that. I'd include myself. We're so outraged about that movement that instead of pushing our women up higher than the others, that we don't do anything about. We don't celebrate them as we should. But that's my point of view. I might be wrong about that, but who gives a fuck? Who cares that Bud Light is giving? Listen, Bud Light came through, because remember that old saying and on the memes, the best pussy out there is the guy that drinks fucking White Claws. White Claws is fucking crying right now because Bud Light delivered the best pussy there is. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You know what I mean. But there's pros and cons to all of it, to everything. The pros about Bud Light endorsing is that it's cheap. It's going to be cheaper. Now they're losing money out the wazoo. It's available everywhere, and my people love Bud Light. My people love Bud Light, but wait till they find out. They'll be like, oh, look, there are going to be some fucking Theos out there. Be like, oh my God, look at this bitch. She's so fucking good looking. God damn. Look. They don't even care, homie. Bud Light is like a lifeline to them. And the cons is it's cheap and it's available everywhere. So get over it. Fucking just live your life. Who cares? But where I do have a stance, and I believe it's a shared sentiment amongst fathers of girls. I have a daughter, and she wants to play sports. She plays sports. Before, jiu-jitsu was this mainstream thing. If you want to enroll your kid in jiu-jitsu and you have a girl, 9 times out of 10, that thing is going to be filled with nothing but boys. But I'm choosing to put my girl into that. I'm choosing to bring my daughter into the world of a men's sport. Not so much now. There's, I want to say, 80-20. There's a lot of girls that do practice jiu-jitsu. And they're fucking good at it. But in the beginning, right? There was she was outnumbered. There was 3 girls to like 19 little boys, and it's fine. It's at this age is fine, but when it gets to a real competition where it's like high school, right? I wouldn't let my daughter wrestle some dude that identifies as a girl. I don't care how he feels. I don't care what his reality is. The reality is that biology is unmatched, untouched, and you cannot change biology. So when it comes to sports, I think trans women or trans men, I don't know, I don't even know what I'm talking about, shouldn't be allowed to play, shouldn't be allowed to participate. Because it doesn't matter how much your daughter or your wife has trained. She cannot go against a guy. And we all know that. Maybe me. Maybe she could beat me. You know what? I got a funny story. I got a friend. She's a lesbian, and she don't mind talking. She don't mind that I talk. That bitch can ball though. I don't know how to play basketball. I hate basketball, but we wanted to, get some contact on. No. Alexa, shut up. She's like, hey, you want to go play basketball? I know she played basketball in college. I'm like, and she was like a little short, what have you. You know what I mean? I don't know what kind of fucking midget basketball she was playing, but I didn't have the right shoes. I kept slipping through the, slipping and sliding. But that girl beat my ass, and I'm okay with that. So maybe I should, change my fucking point of view. But again, life is short. Worry about things you can control. Don't worry about fucking nonsense. And yeah, I fucking forgot about Corny. Corny was still, she's a mother now. They're both mothers. Congrats to them. They did it the old fashioned way. One of them had to get, had to sacrifice a little booty. But with that in mind, I'm going to leave you guys. All right? It's been real. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on YouTube, the Back Porch Mexican Podcast, the favorite podcast of somebody. So with that, take it easy, my friends, because it ain't your army.